What's up, TSS fam? This is Tara with Tara Simon Studios coming at you today with another amazing reaction. Today we're going to be doing Creep, which is from Postmodern Jukebox. It's a cover featuring Haley Reinhart. Of course, Creep is not originally by Postmodern Jukebox, but this is an amazing cover, so I've heard, and it's got a lot of views and a ton of requests from you guys. So here we go.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye.
I feel like our dresses are kind of similar.
You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was
Beautiful vocal cry there.
You're so very special, but I'm a creep.
Great straight tone, long hold there. Nice fall. I love that kind of rock edge to that note.
What the hell am I doing?
I want to point out something very important to you vocalists who are like, oh my gosh, if I could only sound like this. There's some serious vocal technique that's going on right now, and you don't even realize it because she's so masterful at the way she's vocally stylizing. So let's just take that last line, what the hell am I doing here? You could have easily sang it, what the hell am I doing here? Adding more of an I to it, but instead she dropped and locked to that here and making it more of a hair. And it sounds like this. What the hell am I doing here? Hear that? It's really coming from this resounding resonation cavity that only comes when you drop and lock. And for those of you who don't know what dropped and locked is, you need to get into my 8-week course. We'll talk about it at the end. But yes, dropped and locked is a thing, and that's how she created that head, that beautiful resounding here sound. Here we go. Great.
I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control.
Yes.
I want the perfect body.
Girl, me too. I feel ya. Feel ya.
Want a perfect soul.
So closed off. So it's almost like, I hate to stop, I want to listen to this thing all the way through, but there's so much juicy meat in here for you guys, for you vocalists who are looking to sound like this and vocally stylize your voice. She's channeling like this pin-up, I would say like 1920s to maybe 50s kind of era. It's very like, you know, like the curls and the apron and honey, welcome home kind of thing. And I want you to notice, you know, and then she darkens it up at the end. I want a perfect soul. It's very, you know, like Marilyn Monroe-ish. You know, if Marilyn was a better singer, other than her Happy Birthday, Mr. President, it would sound like this, right? I mean, Marilyn looks like this sounds, and that's what she's channeling. She's doing such a good job at it. So for those of you guys who are trying to stylize your voice, a lot of times it's having that image, that look of what you're going for, that kind of as a blanket statement helps your sound overall. Although there are very specific things like vocal fries, cries, going from a big vowel to a small one, straight tone to vibrato, thin, nice, mousy, wispy sound to a lower, deeper sound right in the same line. All sorts of things like that, dropping and locking, that make it much more prevalent to the listener's ear, okay? So we're gonna keep going on, but there's so much here that, I mean, I could do like a whole freaking masterclass just on what I'm hearing in these first minute and 30 seconds. Oh my gosh.
When I'm not around, you're so very special.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I was special, but I'm a creep.
Yes. Good. Whoa, right. Awesome. Great crack there. Kind of remind me of Demi Lovato a little bit there. She does that a lot. Yes. I don't Yes. That was so good. Oh my goodness. Yes. I said she. Yes. 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 Give it to me, girl. Okay, now that was a long note. That was a great usage of breath from the very beginning to the very end. Not only did she move in long legato notes, but then at the end, she sped it up and did a few little vocalises, a few little runs there at the end. Great usage of one big breath. Yes. Oh, love that. And now she's back to Maryland.
You're so very special. Yeah, I wish I was special. But I'm a creep.
Yes. Love it. I said it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cry, cry, cry. Great. This is like vocal break for her. This is easy stuff right here. She's so talented. Great modulation. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Listen to how she did weird. W-E-I-R-D. Did you hear an E or an I in that at all? No, it was a wah. I'm a waddo. Whatever that word is. But you're not gonna go, I'm a weirdo. That sounds so bad, right? You're gonna go, I'm a weirdo. That's the only way to sing that note, guys. I don't care if it's on an E or an I. Here's a rule. Take it to the grave. You change the integrity of the vowel to match the height of the note that suits you best as the singer, okay? You don't want the note to sound affected, but here's the beauty of changing the integrity of the vowel. When you're up so high that it warrants it, it doesn't sound affected. Just like this, you knew exactly what she was saying. You knew she was saying weirdo, and yet there was zero E or I in that vowel at all. Let's listen again. So you know. Nothing but A there. I didn't love that. I don't want to interrupt her. I don't love the little runoff that she did. She got a little stuck in the weeds there. That's like the only part that I was like, I'm not quite sure if that's like exact, but that's, go on, girl, with your bad self. You're amazing. The A though, right? Did you hear that? The weirdo. It was so good. So good. Let's back it up just a hair and I'll shut up now. Same thing there. Yes. Woo. Hard. Going to that hard R is a stylistic choice, especially within the kind of vintage flair that she's going for. I don't belong here, twirling my curls. It's very demure of me, right? Instead of here, which is more like diva-ish, right? She's trying to be a wilting flower, not like a diva, and it fits so well. So I always say, like, R's are your worst enemy, right? But she used those R's to further enhance the style that she was going for. And so it's appropriate. But notice, she did not use R's on hugely high notes. She was a great vocal technician in this piece. She used the R's on the lower end where it evoked style and evoked the period sound that she was going for. But then on the high end, EIs, they're out the window. We're singing A all day long, okay? Things like that she was really smart about. So this is a perfect example of someone who's talented and who's been trained. Someone who really, really knows what they're doing, not just in straight up melodic line, but also in vocal improvisation when you're talking about riffs and runs. And I'm sure, look, I'm sure that this was something that she practiced. It's not like she just woke up one day and be like, I'm just gonna go record with Postmodern Jukebox and post it on YouTube. That's not what happened, right? But still, even within the context of this recording, I guarantee you there was a part or many parts where if we got a chance to ask Haley, hey, did you deviate at all from the practice while you were recording this? I bet you she'd say yes, because that's the nature of a singer who's really grounded and settled into their lane, their talent, their level, right? And they know what their capabilities are. And based on their lane and their capabilities, they know what they can do within that. So if they don't do exactly what they did in practice, it's not the end of the world. They don't have to worry if they deviated, because they know their voice so well that they can do whatever within the confines of that knowledge. And that's really what training is all about. That's really what being a vocal technician is all about. And so if you're out there being like, damn, Haley, I want to sing like that, like, how do I do that? I have a few links in the description box below that are going to help you be good, but be better and then great on your vocal journey, okay? So it's not about staying where you are. It's about constantly pushing forward, and I am here to help you with that. So there's a couple things. Like I mentioned, there's an 8-week course that I developed called Sing Smarter Not Harder, and for a limited time, it's actually on a discounted rate. So get into that as soon as you can. Like if you see this video, click. Hopefully it's not expired by the time you click on it, but check that course out, because it talks so much about vocal technique and being a vocal technician, knowing your voice, knowing the parameters in which you can move and operate in within your voice, knowing how to determine chest and head and mix, and even the right way to stand when you sing, because most people don't even realize there's a correct way to stand that enables you to get more out of your voice. Most people don't even realize that. A lot of pro singers don't even realize that somehow. So there's that. There's also private sessions that you can check out, and this new thing called Insta Reactions. If you want me to react to you, check out instareactions.com, because that's a thing. And of course, guys, as always, I will see you on the next one.